What's up, everybody? Just figured I would make another video of the New Nation series, even though everything's still a little slow in a New Nation. As you can see, we have our wonderful Nation troll that keeps our alarm going 24/7. I haven't put pest block on yet, but give you a little rundown of a few things. Sorry I didn't post anything yesterday on the New Nation series or this morning, but it's New Year's, so been relaxing. I explained to you last time that right up here we ended up having, thought it was going to be officers, and it ended up being biological, so that's going on now, and I couldn't wait. I ended up applying a few of the officers just because we were doing some group attacks today. Still need the officer video to go, but give you a little rundown. Early on, what you should work on is these right here. They expand your fleet size. I think I've already explained that, but I'll kind of cover it again. He increases my fleet size by 6.5% right now, and this increases it 87. The main thing about watching what my dog's doing. The main thing about Saki is the 1.5 Cross Nation boost. That's pretty big, but Cross Nation's still a ways away. So like I said in the last video, I recommend focusing on Morgan early for fleet size. In the game, it's all about statistics, fleet size. Anything that makes your single fleet stronger. Unless you're a big boy, you only fight with one fleet, and you try to make the fleet as strong as possible. Obviously, fleet size is going to make your fleet stronger. You can watch a bunch of videos on YouTube, and there'll be somewhat of a consensus on these guys down here. A lot of people say Zeus. I believe Zeus is really good once you get to 6-star, but it's going to be a while for most of the free players, and that's kind of what I'm tailoring the New Nation for. So what I would recommend in the beginning would be Aeon, Tifa, and Crossbow. Tifa, her skill, attack of all troops. That means every range, your front row troop attack, your mid row, and your back row. So that will increase your statistics, increase your fleet power. Then we go down to Crossbow. He's all defense HP, and it should be, defense and HP boost. So that's all troops. That's your MHP, which you'll find later. Your MHP is going to be an important statistic. It's going to end up being your MHP, and if you're running mid-range, then it will be your MRA, and if you're running long range. But this increases the HP. So between Aeon and Crossbow, it'll give you a nice strong front line. And then, Aeon, she's MHP. I ended up thinking I talked about Aeon, but it was Tifa. So I would work on those 5 officers early. As you know, we ended up having our governor's first event, and like expected, we ended up the 3rd and 4th place we're battling. TWI ended up taking it. We ended up taking ours. And DKS or DSK DKS. I play in so many nations that it's hard to keep up with some of this stuff. Sometimes, especially since the nation's a week old, don't got everything memorized. As far as troops, I play mid-range. You know, and if you're starting out new and you're don't just recruit any troop that is in the station. You know, each one's going to have a frontline troop. You only need about 20% of your front line. So, and then they alternate between the long range and short range troop. If you have to, go down to troop level and do your, like I'm mid-range, I would want some cannons for various things, and we'll get into that for formations and later when we get stronger. But I want most of my troops mid-range because I'm going to make my statistics mid-range. I'm not going to be fighting with a troop like a cannon that's half the statistic that I'm working on. And I was going to show you uranium mine, but it's closed on Wednesday in my other account. I was going to do a video on uranium mine. And then I just kind of wanted to go over, I made the video about the 1198 formation. Vibers blowing up. I got wrecked earlier. So it works good when you're a bunch of people. Let's see, who here? We had 10 people. So everybody is long range. I'm the only mid-ranger. So everybody did the 1-1-1 formation. Turned out well. I'll play the video. Our front line doesn't crack until we start just collapsing him. Very minimal front line. Didn't get past the zombies. My statistics, even though I'm sandbagging and I'm running a very moderate castle, you know, this series is supposed to tailor to the free to moderate players. My statistic, 82 and 93. That's quite a bit higher than most people at this point. 28, and he's long range, so 48. $70 and 83. OG's pretty strong. 50, and so on. But let's see what happens in the 1198 formation when you hit someone that has decent strength. This guy's got 95k troops. We send 385 at it. There's only 7 people. So, look at that loss. My statistics are great compared to the rest of the nation. Everybody's running the 1198. And I just get hammered. As soon as they blow by those 64, or we got 7 people here. So as soon as they get by the 28 front line, 28 second line, the mid-rangers just get smoked. As soon as they get past the front line, if everybody's long range, it starts hammering your back row. So watch this video. The front line just immediately drops, and I'm just getting pelted. Bam, it's already gone. Starts hitting my mid-range troops. So, let's look at anybody really, even me. You come right here. MHP 28%. You get to mid-range, where is it? Well, his is pretty identical. HP on melee, HP on mid-range. Let's go to me. 82 And of course my HP is going to be higher because I run mid-range, but it's still 20 points lighter than my HP. So, excuse me, we end up going, why would you send one troop with less statistic in the center? If it would be easier to just run 2 troops of each kind and no middle row, you would have better statistics. As you get larger and people get the Titans built, that Thor skill is just going to ricochet off every one of them. The whole point of the game is about statistics. Why are we putting mid-range with lower HP, lower meat shield, if you would, to protect your back row troops? You'd be better off just putting 2 of each front line, no center line. I mean, this just demonstrates why, first, running that light of a front row, you can just get clapped. I mean, I got good statistics. Granted, I'm only the only mid-ranger, but I took a 3K loss, and don't get me wrong, I'm not worried about that. All these troops will be farming troops later, you know. They're going to be the ones that you send out gathering during events so you don't give points, and these are a dime a dozen right now, you know. It's later on, I'm playing in 1193 Nation. I've still got people trying to send the 1198 in group attacks there. It's like, what are you doing? If you've got an opponent that has 400, 600K troops in their castle, you guys are wanting to send 80 and 80 with a 10-person TA? Just insane. Get away from the 1-1-1. Mid-rangers get clapped. If you hit an opponent or somebody reinforces, you're just toast. So, rant over. I don't know what else there is much to show you here. I'm still sandbagging officers, waiting for this to get done. We've got another 2 days left on it. So when it gets down to about 8 hours before, I'll deactivate the officers and try to do the trick to manipulate for points to get the rewards, like I explained. And right now we're just growing, waiting for the capital battle. Nothing really exciting. We did go out and do a bunch of TAs and get some practice. I can say there's quite a bit of veterans in this nation, which is nice for a change. Normally there's, you get an alliance with a handful of them in the nation. Here, we're pretty dialed. If we can keep everybody growing and not kill the nation early by egos, we'll be a competitive nation here. But yeah, that's just the daily update. Like I say, this will be slow going for the first 2 weeks or so until after all the events are over, and then the real fun will start going. I just recommend recruit your troops in the range that you're going to play with. Don't make a ton of excess early and waste your resources. And that's about it. I'll give another update tomorrow when the uranium mine's open. Show you a few other things from the other accounts. And you guys, Happy New Year.